It's me. They're giving me some motivation to play, you know. Alright. They gave me some motivation to play. I should use it. I'm gonna go join the call. Not their call, but like. Just yeah, that issue is school, man. That is the overarching issue, is just like school. I haven't played in so long, my controller's dusty. Well, howdy. Well, I oughta. Okay, cool. Where's my... Look at that, I'm still in it. Yeah. I don't even know what round I'm on. I think I'm on 312. Alright. 56. 56, 57, 58, and I have 3 rounds of just absolute garbage, man. I was peer pressured into it. That's funny. Although I do really want to listen to that one song, Headlights. I'm absolutely loving that song right now. Can I join? Yeah, let me just go hit quit. Let me go hit quit. That's a good point. I feel peer pressure to play, you know? Like they're always talking about, guys, don't let your peers pressure you into doing drugs and doing all these things. But like that's not the peer pressure really is like you should play tag. Oh. Oh my goodness. That's not the peer pressure I was warned about, man. It's fine. I'll probably do okay in school. We'll see. I don't know. Can't take it, it's mine. Well, we don't want to hit 11-month error. Hey, like, you know, it's a win-lose. Like, it's a win-win scenario either way. Like, either I reset or I hit 11-month error, and we get more information about that. So, and the thing is, I started at like 8 a.m. on January 1st with this game, so I know exactly almost like when it should give or take, you know. 11 months isn't really that precise, but yeah. 196, I still got a long way to go. Dude, that's the part. It's so daunting. It's so daunting knowing how far you have to go, right? It's like, it's like running a marathon. Like, I bet the worst part about running a marathon is when you're like 9 or so miles in, right? That's got to be so just demotivating. It is. It is. That's the thing. I remember hitting like 200 hours, and I was so tempted just to quit and hit. I was like, every single day, I'd be like cursing myself, like, oh, I don't want to play, I don't want to play, I don't want to play. Once I hit 300, I started pepping up some more. 400. 400. The map is still... No, I gotta... Hold on. Is my audio? Yep. 196. Nice. Oh, hold on. Better. I'm so addicted to this killjoy. Oh man. I think the worst part is that these rounds are almost like going on to an hour. I don't have a PB command. I don't have any commands except for instas, and that's it. I'm lazy. Is that insta right there? Doesn't even matter. I don't have ammo. It is. I'm lazy. I just don't have commands. Probably shouldn't have shot that, honestly. It's whatever. Remind me. Wow, wow, wow. I had such a bad dream. I took a nap when I got home from school today, and I had the absolute worst dream ever. I was at a movie theater, and I was talking to the guy up front, you know, asking like what movie I want to see. And he's like, hey, do you want to put a tip in? I'm like, sure. And I was feeling really generous, right? So I was gonna give him $10, and I hit 100 though. And he was like freaking out because I would give him $100. And I woke up just like so scared because I'm like, I cannot be spending that kind of money. That was terrifying. I know. It's such a weird dream to have. I've only actually had one dream so far about the this game though, which is nice. That was when I was at like playing maybe like 8 hours a week, 9 hours a week in the earlier parts of this game. Cheap way to give $100 away too. I know, right? You add an extra 0 accidentally. I don't know why I didn't think like, oh, I'll just, hey, I meant to give 10, not 100. Because even still, like, if you're a guy at a movie theater selling tickets, a $10 tip is still like crazy, I have to imagine. I don't even know when my next dogs are. I might have one coming up here, but I don't know. I got like 2.5 hours of this here, so what time is it? 6:30? Could be at 9. I could play through the 3 rounds here. Might as well. I will say, one thing that has made it a lot easier mentally to play this, actually keeping track of the percentage I am through the game is really nice, actually. Knowing I'm like, okay, I'm 13% of the way through. You know, it doesn't do anything, like, but it's nice to see the progress. It's like counting down in real time, you know? Yeah, I just update it every single stream, so... I like it, though. I really like it. I always like seeing how much time has passed. I've been in this game for, I think, 7 weeks now. I'm only 70 hours. Okay, wait, actually, how long have I been in this game? That's a good point. Like, genuinely, I've been in this game for how long? Like, I'm not doing awful on time, right? Wait, if it's 10 hours a week, though... Yeah, never mind. Hold on. It's like 10 hours a week, I think. If it was... Oh my gosh, it's probably... I'm on pace to not complete this within a year. Which is, you know... I could just crank out a bunch over spring break and I'll be fine, but... I don't know. I'm really banking on spring break coming around. I say I'd like... I keep making these, like, goals. Like, oh, I'd like to have this done by this time and this done by this time. I never meet them, though. Things always get in the way. I mean, one of the biggest things for me as well is ever since I moved out, I got a job as a phlebotomist. I'm training to become a phlebotomist. The people, when you go to a doctor and they draw your blood, that's what I'm training to do right now. I am on my 2nd week of training. That is every single day from like 7 a.m. and on. So that takes up a lot of my time as well. In the morning when I would normally do a lot of school stuff as well, but yeah. So once I finally get released from training and all that, I'll only be working 3 days a week for 4 hours. I get 12 hours a week, 3 days a week, 4 hours a day from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. So it's not bad, but it's enough to make the rent, which is what I need. It's enough to make the rent and last me until summer where I can get more hours. Since I saved up prior to moving out, so. The wee dongle. Oh my gosh. Hi, wee dongle. He's like, wee, 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 wee. Wee, 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 wee. That's what French people are like, too. They're like, wee, 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 wee. So when's the next 9352 player? Hello, Wilda. Okay, when I was at that Fox Stevenson concert I went to recently in Kansas City, one of the kids I met there was in his Discord as well. He goes like, hey, what's your Discord username? I'm like, oh, I actually talked like, it's one of the most recent chats in the general on his Discord. I'm like, oh, is this Wilda? I'm like, yeah, that's it. It's Wilda, but you know, everyone says Wilda, so it doesn't really even matter at that point. Dude, everything in life has still been such a disappointment ever since. Everything has been, like, so disappointing ever since that concert I went to. That was the most fun I've had in my entire life ever. Like, hold on. Let me bring this up real quick. He had one of his new songs that was coming out, so I got a little video of it. It was so awesome. It's one of his new IDs, Gas in the Keys. Shorts, here it is. Dude, this was so much fun. Kind of hard to see. The gas and the keys to the car. You got the heart and the means to evolve. You best believe you can see through it all. Just got to stop and see. There's a kid to my right just absolutely breaking it down. It was so funny. Oh my goodness. Still got a lot to do. Dude, the PS... Oh my gosh, hold on. You want to see what he got... So, hold on. Let me bring this up here. You want to see what he got signed? So the kid who I went there with as well, he got some of his stuff signed too. Let me find it. Dude, he got his DS signed. It's actually so fire. Look at that. I love that man. He got his DS signed. Oh, I was really hoping I was gonna be able to get UA to sign my the PlayStation 2. I was so hoping I could, because she was a support DJ there as well, who kind of like got everyone going. That was the most fun thing I have ever went to and have done in my life. Literally, nothing has ever... That was the first time I went out and did something like that. It was so much fun, and everything's been, like, a disappointment ever since, you know? Like, I have to imagine it's like, you know, when people go skydiving. Okay, thanks. That's what they experience. Like, everything after going skydiving is just a disappointment, you know? Like, how do you top falling from the air? Falling from, like, 5,000 feet. You don't. It's hard to top that. Bow, bow, bow. I never got the chance to mention. I'm glad that I'm here with you. I just wish I could have gotten someone I know to go with me. I think that's one of the worst. I had to go there by myself, and so I had to, like... It was like sink or swim, right? You either talk to people, and you like, loosen up some, or you just don't. So, thankfully, I swam. I can swim. So I just started talking to this one random guy. Really weird at first, but you kind of have to do that, I guess. And then after that, I was kind of like warmed up with talking to people. So then I kind of like, I'm scanning the room. I'm like, all right, who's by themselves, just kind of sitting there doing nothing. Like, it looks like they're by themselves. Oh, hey, this person. You know, so I got to talk. And that was the guy who got his DS signed as well. So it sounds kind of weird when you say it like that, but it's like that one guy on Instagram who's like, hey, are you alone? He tries to rinse people up. Are you alone? Could it be? Dude, it's so weird to do that. Just go up to someone and talk. I don't know why. It was okay. It was a lot easier though when I was in that setting, because everyone. It's so much easier when everyone's in the same boat. You know. In the sense of interests, all this stuff. So, I've tried to do that since at my job. I actually was able to talk to this one guy a little bit at my orientation for phlebotomy. Talked to him during. I just went up to him like, "Hey, what's up?" It's so weird, but it's like, it's oddly satisfying after the fact. Like, I'm proud of myself after the fact. I just can't do that anymore though. Bow, bow, bow. I never got the chance to mention. I'm glad that I'm here with you. Right. I hate talking to people. Dude, I do too. I really do. But I have a need for it. That's the thing. Like, I like my apartment. I'll come back home and I'll just, like, I love being alone in my apartment, you know. I love being by myself here. It's just, I can relax, no pressure to conform to any sort of standard whatsoever. Dang, there we go. It's amazing. But I also I do need a little bit of human interaction. Unfortunately, I have to have that to an extent. I need to talk to people and just, you know, do that. Like, yeah, I can talk to my friends online, but it's not enough. I always keep saying to one of my friends, Cletus, I'm like, I'm just waiting for the day where I meet somebody. Like, for me, music is super important to me. I'm waiting for the day where I talk to someone and I meet someone who knows who either Porter Robinson is or Fox Stevenson is. I'm waiting for that day. So, hasn't happened. I have tried. Yeah, it's fair. What I'm kind of hoping for as well, I have one of my lab partners in I really just don't wait. I really just don't have a need to talk to people outside the internet. Yeah, same here, honestly, to a little bit. I can talk to people when need be, and I can do it pretty well. I think personally, but if I'm not forced to do it, I will not engage with most people. Like, so for instance, in my lab, I have to work with this one girl next to me. She's nice. She's nice. I think it's like Daria. Oh my, it's Diera. It's like it's like Sierra, but with a D. And I every single time I'm like, okay, you know, I should try to at least attempt to make conversation, because I'm gonna be working with her still for the next 9 weeks, 8 weeks, you know. And we work pretty well together on lab and all that stuff. But like, I don't know. It just doesn't flow well talking with her, as it does with some of this. Like, the girl who's sitting across the table from me, I was able to talk to her, no issue, because she has like a super extreme passion in hating Excel that we do all of our work on. So she loved talking about Excel, because I kind of like enjoyed it to an extent. And she hated it, so we talked about that for a while. But I don't know. The girl next to me, I've tried talking about a few different things. I don't know. Haven't found what she is interested in yet, though. Just to at least, like, break some ice more, man. Although there is some pretty low-hanging fruit I'm kind of stupid for not going for. She does have a skateboard that she brings to class. And she props it up against she props it up against a wall when she gets in class, which is super. Little fun fact about my youth. I say as if I'm like super duper old. I used to skateboard all the time. It's not like not a normal skateboard, like a longboard. I probably had a longboard, and I used it, I would say probably at least like 3 or 4 times a week for maybe 5 to 6 years straight. That was one of my favorite things. I loved doing that, going down whatever hills we had in our neighborhood all around. Oh, that was so fun. I could always try that out. That should work. That's I like to think, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. It's I don't know if it's at the point where I'd be like, oh, you have a skateboard. Like, obviously she has a skateboard. She gets, whenever we leave for class, she's in the elevator with me with the skateboard. It's like, you gonna bring it up now? Like, oh, now you're gonna bring it up. Yeah, some people are easy to talk to. Some people don't want to talk, which is fine. It's hard though, because you don't know if you don't try, and I don't like trying. Like, the risk to reward's usually not worth it. Although I really do like, I was talking to one of my friends, Cletus, about this. I really like the mindset this one guy in my genetics lab has. I really like he moved here from St. Louis, and so he's like, yeah, I'm just trying out a bunch of different clubs, trying to get to meet new people, just so I have, you know, a friend group to hang out with. And I'm like, oh, that's okay, fair enough then. Because I'm like, I'm not really huge into clubs and all that stuff. You know, there's stuff I would join if they had, but everything's like just so. All the clubs are just like academic based, you know. And while that's cool and all, I don't care. If I'm joining a club, I want it to be something casual, not something that is like aligned with my career. You know, I want it to be a hobby I can partake in. So I was talking to him about that, and he goes, yeah, I'm just, you know, trying to talk to as many new people as I can, see if I can find a group of people I really like hanging out with. I'm like, I love that. I really like that about, like, that's such a positive mindset, and I absolutely love that. Like, it's so good. So, because he was talking to me about, he was like sad that his club was canceled. That night we were there. I don't know. It comes easier to some people and not to others. I think it also depends a lot of who you're around. You know. Like, okay. Am I crazy for saying that it is easier to talk, it's easier to initiate conversations if based off of their body language? I don't know. There's this kid when I went to my first biology lab, sitting next to me. Or he came in like almost a minute late. He was like right on time. I was there like 15 minutes early like everyone else. And he just walks on in, sits down. Hey guys! And I'm like, oh my gosh, hi! So we talked with him for a while. He got our entire table talking. So I don't know. Obviously it's a skill, you know, and everything in the world's a skill. The more you do it, the better you get. That's how everything is, in my opinion. I just don't see how you do that. I can't do that. I'm not built in that way to do it. Also, I want to get my hair cut, man. I don't want to get my hair cut. I gotta go get my hair cut at some point. I'm putting it off. I really need one, though. I would love to have long, luscious locks, but I'm, like, balding in the very top middle of my head. So it's, like, I can't do that. It's not, like, a realistic idea, you know? Like, when the wind blows on my way to class, it can be bad. Ooh, bald? Guys, you don't even know. Like, I say that, but, like, you're getting old? Dog, I'm 21. I am in the technical prime of my life, and I'm having all of my potential ripped from me, hair by hair. You know, I don't want to have to transition to wearing a hat. Or, like, any sort of, like, headwear. I'm not self-conscious about it. I never have been. But it's still sad to see it go, you know? Especially when your entire brand revolves around, like, ginger. You know. Would you call someone who's bald that? No. So. Not really. But that's also actually kind of the reason I changed it to Wilda. Also, just because Wilda's my username on everything else, so. Made sense. Bow, bow, bow. Grow a big handlebar mustache. Be bald and have a big handlebar mustache. That's the look, I think. And then what, a fedora on top of that too? And also maybe I'll gain 200 pounds in the process, you know. And then I'll be like, maybe even get some like. Yep. Yep. That's the plan. That's the one thing I do not like about the snowballs. They do not one-shot the dogs. Wow, wow, wow. Mama, 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 mama. Yellow snowballs, bro. I don't have them this time. It did save me. This is a very fast game for me as well. Like, this is a. I'm like 2 hours ahead of my time from last game. That's just because I've done snowballs better. I've had better luck in ammo trades. Overall, I've just played better this game. And, you know, obviously luckier, but. never got the chance to mention. I'm glad that I'm here with you. Bow, bow, bow. The snowball felt good without shooting? Yeah. It gets easier the more you do it. Plus, you also have to have a singular zombie. You eventually, you get more used to pulling it off. It's literally just one of those, the more you do it, the better you get things. I've had a good, probably, honestly, I would say probably about 300 hours worth of practice of chaining, though. So, I've definitely put a lot of time in for that. I'm gonna turn the video on, see what I can listen to, maybe. Alright, what does YouTube have to offer me today? Anything good? Born a Schempler Day. Florida teacher busted with AI. Oh my gosh, AI CP of his students. Well, okay, I don't know if it's actually CP, but like of corn of his students. I mean, let's be real. That's how they get ya? AI? What? We'll watch this, sure.
A Florida teacher is facing 25 felony charges after allegedly using AI to create child sexual abuse material featuring his own students. This is a case that marks a chilling new frontier in digital exploitation, and we're going to break it all down for you right now. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, so this is a case that honestly reads like a futuristic nightmare, the kind of thing that no parent ever imagines happening to their child. But, you know, in the age of artificial intelligence, AI, some of our worst fears are no longer science fiction. They are becoming reality. And here at Sidebar, we cover countless cases involving teachers, people in these trusted positions, abusing that trust in unthinkable ways, inappropriate messages, secret relationships, and in the most horrifying cases, sexual assault. This case stands apart because the alleged abuse didn't involve physical contact.
Is it too much to just be a lonely person? Like, why do we have to resort to this kind of thing? Like, just be like, wallow in your pity for once. I don't know. Don't do what you do. Don't do this. Come on.
It involved AI. A Christian school teacher now stands accused of creating artificially generated child sexual abuse material, apparently featuring his own students. David McKeown wasn't just any sixth grade teacher at United Brethren in Christ Academy. No, he was respected, he was trusted, but on June 2nd, a cyber tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children landed on the desk of Holly Hill Police Detective Kelsey
I always think of that
Pond.
one like XQC clip where it's like, why are so many billionaires like pedophiles? And where XQC is like, guys, hear me out. There's nothing to do late game. That clip, it's funny, but honestly, like, yeah, I kind of believe it. It's a really bad way to put it, but yeah, like, there's not much to do late game. But why do that? Dude, late game is basically just creative mode, you know? And you're using creative mode to abuse kids or, you know, be weird. That's... I don't know. It's literally true. I know, right?
And what she apparently uncovered would shake the entire department. That tip alleged that someone at the school was using Discord, this platform that's very popular with teens and gamers, to distribute child sexual abuse material. Police say that they were able to trace the account on Discord back to Mickey Owen. Now, investigators say he shared 19 explicit files depicting child sexual abuse, along with 6 graphic videos showing himself engaged in sex acts with an animal. But maybe the most horrifying revelation...
Okay, that's the best thing from this, is that it was the animal, you know? So this guy wasn't just like... Why? What compels someone to do this? Seriously, what compels someone to do this? You know what I need to do? I really need to make some AI video of me just absolutely getting it on with the dog. Like, why? You don't need to do that.
Authorities believe he may have used AI technology to create pornographic content featuring real children, possibly using photos of actual UBIC Academy students. In an official release, Florida Attorney General James Othmeyer called it a complete betrayal of trust, saying, quote, as a teacher, parents trusted Mr. Mickey Owen to impart knowledge to their children. Instead, he spent parts of the school day sending and receiving child sex abuse material and providing other pedophiles with UBIC Academy students' personal information. What he did is beyond betrayal. It's devastating and sick. Our office of...
When this happened? 7 months ago. So he should have been... I assume court date has passed by now. Just gonna take a guess. How much time is he gonna spend in prison? Because it's obviously gonna be prison. I mean, there's no way it's not. I'm gonna say... If they get... I'm gonna say... Oh my gosh. I mean, about 15 days? No, if he was a billionaire, then it'd be 15 days. This guy's just a normal teacher, though. So that means what he did is actually bad, you know? I mean, let's say 6 years per account. They said, what, 25 federal charges? So I would argue probably probably about 120 to 125 years.
Statewide prosecution will aggressively pursue justice for these children and their parents. On June 20th, the investigation came to a head. Officers from the Holly Hill Police Department, alongside agents from the FDLE Cybercrime Task Force and a digital detection canine named Ruby, executed a search warrant at his home, at the defendant's home.
I went to go press my mouse button,
according to officials, was over.
Paused the video and I shot. Oh my gosh, scary. No, like flat out, this guy's gonna get killed off in prison, like 100%. People like that do not live, like, in general. The moment someone finds out about he's getting killed. Like, it's just gonna happen. So...
Alright. Overwhelming evidence of exploitation. The release from the AG's office reads, quote, law enforcement believes he utilized artificial intelligence technology to create child sexual abuse material with real children, some of whom may have attended UBIC Academy. Initial search warrants revealed that Mickey Owen was disseminating, downloading, and communicating with users on Discord, a popular group chat service, during school hours and while connected to the UBIC Academy Wi-Fi.
Wow! Oh my gosh! Actual amateur.
That you might be following on this July 4th weekend. And by the way, as you head out for the weekend, you may want to use our sponsor, Upside. So if you don't know what it is, Upside is great. It is a free app that gets you cash.
Why was that so loud? Not locked in? That's what we're gonna call it. Yeah. I mean, it's not even that he's not locked in or anything. He's just there's no electrical like activity going on in his brain. Like, he's in a constant state of having a stroke. Foolish, honestly. Okay, I thought I unpaused it.
Back when you buy daily essentials. I pump my gas, I can use Upside. Go out to lunch, I can use Upside. Maybe I get something at a convenience store, I can use Upside. And why not get cash back? And yes, this is actual real cash back. It's money that appears in your Upside app that you transfer right into your bank account. So once you have the free Upside app, you claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Upside. You pay as usual using a debit or credit card. You follow the steps on the app, you get paid. So to find out how much you can earn, click the link in the description to download Upside or scan the QR code on screen. But make sure to use our promo code SIDEBAR because you get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas. Mickey Owen was arrested. He's currently in Volusia County Jail on $1.25 million bond, facing 19 counts of possession of child sexual abuse material and 6 counts of bestiality, charges that could put him behind bars for over 300 years if he's convicted.
All right. I kind of lowballed it, I thought. Honestly, I thought I was highballing my, like, I thought I was going a little high with my, like, my time behind in bars. You know, I wasn't guessing 300 years. That's quite a while. Wow. All right.
That's based on our
Get a job?
UBIC
I literally went to
Academy
work this
Board
morning.
Chair Don Ross.
I have to go to work tomorrow. Okay, I have to get up at 7 a.m. Okay, I have to get up at about 5:45 a.m. You know, so I get out of bed at 6, take a shower, do all that stuff, leave here around 6:40 or so. I live like 2 miles away from the hospital. Go there, I learn for about 3 hours. Tomorrow, I actually get to. I'm gonna kind of hate tomorrow. I have to be in a classroom full with a bunch of nurses, like new nurses. I'm not really looking forward to that, personally. We're gonna be learning about a bunch of like nurse things, I don't know, and then take a quiz at the very end. Dude, I'm gonna get embarrassed in front of all of them. Like, I'm gonna get absolutely just like. I'm a slow learner. I learn things, and I'll make sure I learn it to the point where I understand it, but I don't learn fast, right? So, yeah, I'm gonna be working in phlebotomy. That's like an actual job this time. It's not like Little Caesars. They're gonna start pointing and laughing? Dude, honestly? Yeah. Look at this stupid guy over here. He's like, or something, I don't know. And I'll be like, oi, oi, oi. No, and like, do you know who you're laughing at? I have a 628 on tag. And they'll all be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that you had such a high round on tagged or toten. And then they'll all stop. Because that's like super like alpha and everything, you know? That's what's going to happen.
Responded publicly to the arrest just one day after it made headlines.
That's tomorrow.
Posted to Facebook, Ross wrote,
Signal
after
respect,
learning of David Mickey Owen's arrest, we sent the following statement to our school parents via email through our school management portal. We have been made aware of today's arrest of Mr. David Mickey Owen, who has served as a 6th grade teacher at UBIC Academy. We are shocked and deeply grieved by the serious allegations of misconduct against him. Our employment relationship with David Mickey Owen has been terminated, and we are cooperating fully with law enforcement authorities. And by the way, this is a case that just marks a terrifying new chapter in the evolution of child sexual exploitation with AI technology now being weaponized.
You're not even a teenager at that point yet.
Even within schools. FDLE Commissioner Mark Glass didn't hold back, calling the defendant's alleged actions a direct threat to student safety, saying this arrest is deeply disturbing. Not only was this individual trafficking in vile material, but he was doing it on school grounds, during school hours, surrounded by children. At FDLE, we will never allow predators to hide behind screens or school walls. We will track them down, expose them, and bring them to justice.
Or just kill
okay,
them.
A lot to talk about. To help me break this all down, I want to bring on a special guest. I'm joined right now by Mary Pham, professor, University of Washington School of Law. So good to have you here. Thanks so much for coming here on Sidebar. Appreciate it.
Happy to join you. Thank you.
How do you think that AI-generated material like this, how does this complicate existing child pornography statutes and laws, particularly when the material, it doesn't involve actual physical abuse, but it uses real students' likenesses?
It's the depiction. It is a form of, in my opinion, it's I would say I don't know. It's hard. It's a form. It's like I don't know. Okay, so like slander is saying something bad about something, you know, and to be convicted of slander, you actually have to they have to prove that you were saying it with the intent of defaming and all this. Libel is the same thing but written, you know. It's defamatory in that sense, but I don't know. Because yeah, all right. I mean, okay, I actually I want to think about that for a second. That's a very good question. You're using a student's likeness to create that. Obviously, it's not real. So what would the defense say? How would the defense plead or like make their case in defending this guy? Well, the students weren't actually there, so it's fine. Like, no. I've seen people get absolutely just like crucified over, you know, my 300-year-old little sister can't be this hot or something like weird like that, you know. So
this is a totally different realm we're in.
That's right. There's been an explosion of AI-generated pornography, child pornography, pornography involving adults, and the laws are catching up. We are seeing this in Florida. Florida, in fact, became the 5th state to update its laws to address AI manipulated images that put real people's faces on AI.
We're listening to a thing about Florida teacher busted with AI corn of his students. Or listen to this video. Here, hold on, Minty. I'm gonna go to the. I'll go to the Discord quickly. I'll do a call if you guys want to. If you want to, I don't care. Grave is better than Drain. We'll go to that one because it's true. We'll go to the true Discord call. The one that's real. Grave is better than Drain. Drain's like, or Grave's like, yeah. What could this mean? I don't know. What could this mean?
I generated material to create pornography.
Do you think it's complicating criminal law in any way? Do you think that there are difficulties in now going to be prosecuting people who are in possession or create this kind of material?
I'll be in the comment.
Well, you get egregious cases like this one that you just described in vivid detail, where the ability to prosecute is clear. There are complications because sometimes you don't have a teacher abusing their power and allegedly putting their students' faces on child pornography. Sometimes, for example, what if you have people manipulating images and putting, for example, children's faces on adult bodies engaging in sexual acts. These are permutations that might fall beneath the gaps of even these updated laws that we're seeing. And also, of course, there are challenges in prosecuting cases where you have child pornography, but even the facial images are AI generated, so you have no actual person's real person's image implicated.
That's a very good point. Okay, I'm gonna make a very super like, are you stupid? Obviously, yeah. Which I agree with this PRK. Don't worry. But wouldn't those people who make an AI, so it's a not real person, right? And they like, that's literally just lolly. Like that's literally just lolly at that point. And lolly, as far as I'm aware, isn't illegal, right? Again, what I'm saying sounds insane. Now, obviously, I think all these people who do that should be held at gunpoint, and the trigger should, I can't say it probably on YouTube, but, what law in place is there to say that this is illegal? Seriously, can you break a law that doesn't exist? How do you punish someone for breaking a law that isn't currently a thing? Like, what do you do about that? Obviously, everyone knows what the correct answer is, but legally...
Ryan likes men.
Potentially, who knows? Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna go turn my heater off. It's like super hot in here. Like it's a very like the entire like.
Are you speaking?
The entirety of the criminal justice system, like, is held up and stitched together by precedents. You know, and if there's no precedent set for that stuff, how do you rule on it then? You know, the entire criminal justice system is hinges on consistency. But when something new like this happens, how do you charge that? So I don't know. It's weird. It's obvious. It's not a gray area in like real life, but it is in the like legal sense. Anyways, what math are you working on right now, Minty?
What happened?
What math are you what are you working on? Is it math homework or
No, algebra homework.
algebra? All right. What? Send me a picture of a problem. I want to try and solve it.
I already got it done.
Oh, you did? Okay. What was the problem? Like,
Your mic is cutting out like crazy.
is it? Oh, I probably hold
Yeah,
on.
like all like you're I don't even know how to describe it.
Is
It's
it like the gate?
well,
Okay, so it's not the internet. It's like just my volume's going too low and you can't hear it. Okay.
all I heard was it's not the.
Yeah. Okay. It's probably my gates that I have on my microphone. Then I just have that too high.
It's probably my.
It is probably my gate.
Probably is.
Let me turn it up or down. Oh
Or
yeah.
left.
Okay. So if I'm talking right here, this is my normal volume. Okay, there we go. That's better.
I got the 200 SR somehow.
Okay, so I think that should be good. Now I'm going to a little bit more. Yeah, I have my gate up too high, so it wouldn't pick up my voice if I wasn't talking loud enough. So it was
Bro
meant.
has to yell in the mic quite literally.
Well, I'm literally like a foot and a half away from it because of how I sit. So I value my posture
Yeah.
to an extent. Sorry.
What should I play today, guys?
Set up a game of Classified. I don't know.
No, I'd rather get my balls chopped off before I play that. Badgers can keep that.
Badgers can keep the balls?
No!
What are you talking about then? Oh, the Classified record. Yeah,
He
maybe.
can keep the record. He can
Yeah, I
keep
get-
that, bro. Why the hell would I say he can keep my balls?
I have no
What is
idea.
wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Keep the balls. It's kind of funny.
What's wrong with you?
Oh my goodness. Ugh.
He can keep the balls. What is wrong with
Yeah,
you?
Badger can keep my balls. It's fine.
My God.
I gotta get a haircut tomorrow. What do I tell the barber?
Low taper fade.
Low taper fade? Dude,
The moon is massive.
there's this one guy there, or there used to be this one barber there who was gay, and he was the best barber I have had in my entire life. I'm telling you,
Did
everyone.
he touch you inappropriately?
No, he was awesome. Hey, everyone has got their innate talents, okay? Right? So like men are just like biologically usually stronger than women, you know? Women, I think it's they
Yeah.
have more of a balanced core stuff, are stronger with that. And then for gay men, they're just better at giving haircuts and making coffee. All right? I don't think it's like that's not like
How do you know this?
how do I know this? Okay, have you? Oh my gosh! Every single time I go to the Starbucks that was on my Missouri State campus, there's this one guy who would always make my coffee. I swear, he just put he was like the sweetest guy ever, and he would put extra like cream and everything. I don't know what the heck it was. You know?
He would put estrogen?
Yeah, he put estrogen in my coffee. Thank you. Yeah. It's like
Like,
ah,
bro,
Slade,
no, your
coffee,
mic's cut
yeah.
out. Your mic, no, your mic's cut out, and it sounded like you said estrogen.
Extra like cream and all that stuff. So
Okay,
yeah, but Slay, yeah, extra estrogen. Yum.
I like to put estrogen in my coffee.
Yes, Soylent, my favorite. Yum.
Like, bro.
I'm not on. Has anything like been going on TikTok that's like fun?
No,
Okay, I uninstalled the app or uninstalled
there's been a
it.
new meme.
There is.
Burger? I'll send you a video.
Oh, I know what it is. Oh, hold on, I know what it is. Where it's like I've seen
Did
one
you
where
see
it's like
his last name? It's Burger.
and then it's like the Undertale heart breaks, and then yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen that. What am I hearing? What's your last name? Burger.
Did you just say your last name? It's Burger.
Hi, King Jax. He's like, hey,
King
it's
Jax
me,
aiming for
King
the
Jax.
20.
I'm here. Hey. I'm here to say my name is King Jax, and
Please shut up.
I'm gonna play tag today.
No one said this, by the way.
I'm pretty sure that's what. Actually, it's what King Jax said word for word. Oh, I'm only
bro.
I'm 50 rounds away from being at 362.
Mustard.
Yep. That's what I say. I go to my lecture hall
Yeah,
and I'm
bro.
like, Mustard! And then the teacher's like, yes, A+. And I get an A+.
Yeah, bro, yeah. That's how it works. That's meta.
Yeah. Some kid... Yeah, I was gonna make a joke. I can't think of anything, though. Never mind. No. Did you know that
I don't know what to play.
Japan is making electricity by footsteps?
Shut up.
You
Shut up. That's all I fucking... That's all I see in the captions of Instagrams, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Shut
It's
up.
meta.
Shut up.
As if it's,
Like,
and it's
bro,
like that one picture. It's like, footsteps question mark.
Yes.
Japan's that way, or something like
Like,
that.
bro.
I love
That's
it.
all I see. I be scrolling through Instagram and I look at the captions and I was like, did you know Japan? Like, bro.
Japan is making electricity with footsteps.
Like,
It's
bro,
so
shut
stupid.
up. I don't care. I don't care.
I love it.
It's actually like, bro.
There's a new person so I'm still employed at Little Caesars, right? But like I don't work there. I haven't been put on the schedule in a few weeks. A new person got hired there, so I'm gonna head over there tomorrow and like embarrass everyone. Not like I don't know.
Shove it in their face. Shove it in their face.
I'm gonna embarrass everyone else there except for Hope. So
Mustard.
Mustard. Well, by Jove, it's
Okay, Ryan, when are we playing 2P tag until reset?
That's honestly, I would play 2P tag now. My internet's not bad enough to disconnect. I will have lag spikes every now and then, but it doesn't actually fully disconnect that much anymore.
After this game, we stay in a 2P for 6 months.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Probably. I think it's like
Yes,
I think like
trust.
you literally like can only play for so long in it, but yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, did you confirm the theory of your game crashing being from not resetting your cache or whatever?
I don't know. There's no way for me to really test that, honestly. I have no idea. I literally have no idea.
Are you still positive it was because you didn't reset your cache though?
Well, I reset the cache, but I think I didn't play the game fast enough. I think it was going to happen. I feel
think
like
the
no matter
PlayStation couldn't
what.
handle it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it was going for about 5 months at that point. And maybe I didn't reset the cache a lot earlier,
you did
but
say.
I'll say-
You did say though.
I was in like a 60-hour game, like
you still
right before
heard
it.
the gameplay.
Do what?
Yeah. You did hear though that you were still in the
Yeah.
You still heard the Ragnaroks and shit.
Well, it was like audio stuff that was
You still
going
heard the
on.
rags and everything.
So like if you have your
Yeah,
Stone
you
Cold
still
Stone
heard
Cold
it, but
down-
everything was frozen.
Yeah. So I think it was just
You didn't
some,
have
like,
your rags active there.
No, I think it was I think I had a Wraithfire in my Trebuchet shotgun out.
Yeah.
And it was like after I
Yeah.
shot twice or something. It was a crash that honestly had no cause from what I could tell. So I think it was just like some weird random out of the blue crash.
It's
that just
either you
happened.
didn't reset the cache, you didn't play. There's only like 3 possible theories. You didn't play fast enough. You didn't reset the cache enough, or the PlayStation just couldn't handle it.
I have no idea. Thing is, like the moment I what's it called? The moment I actually quit, force closed the game, it then got a blue screen error. So, it could have just been just a weird crash. I don't know. There's a video on YouTube from like 6 or like 7 or 8 years. I don't know. This game's almost 8 years old. Probably about, I think 7 years ago it was, on Voyage, where the exact same thing happens to that guy on like round like 19. So it could just be like something specific with the console, but I have no idea. I wouldn't know. Say that again. Say that again. 6, 7. It's like that one kid with his mouth wide open, doing like 6, 7.
Like 6, 7.
My chemistry instructor, he's literally like 2 years older than me, right? But he's our teacher, so I have to listen to him and all that stuff. So I'll have him helping me with everything. One of our values for one of our tests was like 3.67, and so I say it out loud to him, and usually like I'm trying not to laugh already, but I'm holding it down pretty good. I think I'm pretty straight faced, and he just like bursts out laughing. He's like 6, 7. It's so refreshing to have a teacher that's like on same page as their students. It's awesome. That's like not a parent or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's so refreshing to have that. Thank you, teacher, for laughing at the 6, 7.
Ryan was my DoorDash driver,
And he called
and
me
then when
like
I didn't
the
tip him, he called me the N-word and spit in my
Yeah.
food and walked away.
Me when I'm Los Polos and like I'm fat.
If I see you in Missouri, you will end.
You will end. Your name will become an urban legend or something like that. I love those
If I
threats.
catch you in Tampa, Florida, your name will become an urban legend.
Like you'll become a campfire story. All that stuff. Those are
If I
good.
catch you in Mexico, your name will be a campfire story.
Bum, 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 bum.
Hey guys, I have no friends, so we're solo hopping. Yeah. And we're gonna be Ryan's purist high rounds.
You gonna do it? You want to do?
No, not
We should do that
Playing
first. Like
purist tag.
we should do a 2P purist and get record. We'll go to 100. The
And
game.
see if like anything. See if
I mean,
anything fishy happens.
That game took. I'll say the game took about 8 hours. So. It wasn't
I mean, you got
awful.
carried, so.
I got carried. I did down like 5 times actually on the post. Like there's just a random post out in the water in the like lake area down below. And that little post there, I got stuck in it so much and just downed every single time. Insane.
9-hour game?
Yeah. I mean, we did have a little break in there though. I actually
No way,
I
bro.
played it for like an hour and a half
Okay,
though,
it
I'm
was like
pretty
an
sure.
8-hour game.
Cuz Zodas went to go eat during like midway of the game. So I just kind of ran around in circles and played. That's all it is. It's just running in circles and shooting, and that's it.
I mean, quite literally, they did not specify that. The strategy just needs to involve moving.
Yeah. It's
They
basically
didn't
meant to.
specify. That's why Xylos and them shits weren't taken down yet.
Oh, is it the one where like I've seen one where someone just like basically camps on the grand staircase, lets them all spawn right next to it.
Yeah,
and they
no, they're literally they basically just camp on this grand staircase, and once the spawns start to come over, that's when they start training.
Like, what's up from just sitting in the window room, letting them all spawn, and then just bringing them outside, and then killing them there, then going back in.
Yeah.
It is kind of lazy. I mean, that you know, if that got accepted though, that's the bar. So, you should be able to do the same thing then.
Yeah, of course. Oh, you see Kill Will is back?
I did. I saw something that he posted on. It was like a round 400 and something on Ancient Evil, and it was like, if this gets beaten
Yeah,
by
he
a
beat
path, I'll
Jake's
take this
record.
down. I'm like, dang. I can't believe he played in the way that he did, which is insane. He like just ran around and let's like played Purist pretty much. It was so weird. That way.
This guy was not like. There's no way this guy was taking it seriously, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he got record though. 410. That's crazy. So, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was playing good like Purist.
I think he didn't want to hit the Charon error, which is
Rock
if I
is
ever,
Israel.
if I were to play Ancient Evil, I'd do it on hardcore. I don't want to have to deal with that error. I don't know how to fix it or anything like that. I don't know how to test it. I mean, I know a good amount of the errors in this game. I don't know that one yet, though. So it's kind of hard. It's a hard one to test because you actually have to do stuff to cause it to happen.
Yeah.
Is there any way people can protect themselves?
Mustard. What will it be, fellas? Mustard or ketchup?
Thank you.
Maybe our brains are devolving.
No. Our brains are gone? Oh.
Our brains are not real.
I almost took a dying.
We all
ghost there.
died in
Dang.
2020, and this is hell.
This is heaven.
We all died in 2020, and this is hell.
Okay, again, thank you. I hate those zombies. The pushers are the worst.
Ow! I just gave myself a splinter. GG's.
How? Oh,
I broke the popsicle stick in half.
You're stupid. You're eating a popsicle? Why? It's
What's wrong with eating a popsicle?
Oh no, it's like 6:30.
Oh shit!
Right? Yeah. What was that?
I just flipped over in my chair.
Oh.
I just landed on my knee. Ow. And I think I just jammed my finger.
Dang.
I'm okay. Never mind.
I
I'm
actually
not
might
okay.
have the
My
worst
armrest
name
just
known to
broke.
man.
My armrest just broke.
Oh. No, you don't need it. For what? Left
I need
or
a new
right
chair
one?
now. My dominant hand, so right.
Oh. Yeah, that's you need a new one then. My chair's so old. It's like 6 years old right now. It's super old. I need a new one. It's so comfortable though. How do we build on?
Bro, my parents offered me a new chair, but I was like, no, because like.
Yay! Round's over. 57. Took like an hour and 8 minutes.
Monkey. Bro's rounds are taking an hour.
Oh, it's
Just
a
wait
dog
until it gets
round.
to the 2.5 hour rounds again.
That's nice. That's a. Yeah, I think that the 2.5 hour rounds are going to kind of suck when they happen.
Hey Ryan.
Yeah.
Hey Ryan.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
All right.
The thing.
I'm still waiting for the lighting in this map to like go buggy. Like I wanted to pause the game, and I want to unpause it to the lighting being super weird. Like last time I did that, I remember I paused it, went to go eat, and I came back and all the lighting was super weird. Like it went to dark mode, but it just hasn't happened on this map yet. All right, what is this round? 58 is normal. So Sayat. This is a normal round. Oh, I gotta. That is nice having a dog around there. So that means I have 57, 59, 67. So I have 62 or 63 dogs next. So Ooh, 62 could be really good. If I get 62 dogs, then I won't miss an insta. Which at this point, I need to make sure I don't know why I went down. I need to make sure I don't miss a single insta. Good luck. Thank you. Thank you so much. What were you saying?
Ryan, are you gonna try to get montage of the year this year?
Yeah, my montage will actually be that good this time. I know exactly how I'm doing this montage for this game if I get reset. Only if I get reset though. If I don't get reset or even a high round PB, I'm not putting.
Okay, but you did say that you would rather see the end results screen where it shows like how many hours the game took and everything than hit a reset knowing that you're not able to complete the round.
I don't know which, like, both would be good. I want both, but I physically cannot have both. That's the thing. If I knew I couldn't play another round,
I'd rather see a black screen.
I think I would too, and that's just strictly for the idea of I now have the... Oh, that's a zombie. Hi. I would have
You now officially have the longest COD aim.
Yeah, like probably the longest
you already
Call...
do have the longest.
Yeah, but it would be like the longest Call of Duty game, and it could never be beaten. That's the thing about it. Like, I think it could be maybe on some other games potentially, but like realistically, people would only be able to tie me. But also, it's just for the fact that I could have a this is like my fever dream here, and it would be something like I would want if I got to I'm trying to think if I got to live in a perfect world, I would have a video made on me by the one guy on YouTube. What's his name? He covers like speedrunning
Mr.
stuff.
Dalek JD.
No, he covers like everything speedrunning and like cheating related.
I know who you're talking about. I've heard.
He's like, "Hello, gamers. Today, you know, he got into a lawsuit against Billy Mitchell. What the heck is this guy's name? Hold on. Billy Mitchell.
He got into a lawsuit with Billy Mitchell.
Not Turkey Tom. What's his name? Carl Jobst. That's who it is. Carl Jobst. In my perfect world, I get I complete it, and then I get a video made on me by Carl Jobst called like this is like the longest speedrun ever just happened or something. Carl Jobst over Summoning Salt? Dude, Summoning Salt wouldn't cover mine though. That he does old games. He does like retro games. Plus it wouldn't fit his channel. I absolutely love me some Summoning Salt, but it wouldn't fit the channel. His Carl Jobst to those 100% would. He just kind of does anything and everything. Like that would be my fever dream, is to get like a 522-hour speed run. I think it would be the second longest speed run on any game ever. And that would be it. That would be like the actual dream come true for me.
That would be the greatest speed run of all time.
Yeah, like I don't know. Plus, it's also well, it'd be. I also just get to see that video get made. You know, I have still yet to actually have like my 628 game in any sort of video yet. So
I'll be the first.
Well, okay.
No, you had it in the. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, I mean the montage. Yeah, technically.
But no, like, not the montage.
Like,
I swear I saw it in another video.
There's one where it talked about like some guy gave his like ranking on the perks and everything. I got like featured in it to an extent because
Zomshell dead last.
Yeah.
Camping with Zomshell.
Yeah, yeah. But I want
like peak rage.
I would love to see like I want to see a dedicated video or just like something about the 628 game. I don't know. Maybe I'm egotistical, but I think that would be so cool to see. I thought I was gonna have a little. So this one guy, Cosmic K, posts a video every now and then. He'll post a video about the highest round in every Call of Duty Zombies game, and he just recently posted one like a week ago. And for tag, it was Jake's game, and I'm like, okay? You know what? I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even want to.
Show me the video.
I don't even want to be in it now. But like, I still love the guy's videos, but like. I think 5 of the 8 games he had on BO4 were wrong. But, you know, it's hard to find information. I don't blame him, honestly, but I don't know. Maybe I just have an ego that needs to be satisfied. I don't know.
What did I just like? I just watched a comment from that perk ranking video.
Actually,
what about this guy? I replied to this guy's comment. Where the hell did the Zombshell fucking thing go?
I don't know. It's somewhere buried in there.
Okay, wait. I replied to this one's comment, right? It was by the guy Vincent, right? He said, please enlighten me how Dying Wish is good, yet alone #1. If you run a risky strat and get injured a lot, run Winter's Howl. The 20+ minute cooldown on Dying Wish is atrocious. It's not 20 minutes until your 4th Dying Wish, first of all. If you run a camping strat.
I get what he's saying.
If you run a camping strat.
It's just... It's more of a peace of mind than anything else in the game is, you know? If I'm really good at the game and I know I won't take it down, it's nice having something that guarantees I will not die. Winter's Wail doesn't guarantee I won't. It makes it a lot easier. You know, if I had Winter's Wail as the 5th,
it makes it easier that I won't die, but it's not going to prevent me dying.
Yeah, it won't prevent me from dying, and I know exactly when I will be able to, you know, do certain things. Like if I really wanted to, let's say I took a Dying Wish.
And if anything, if he doesn't like it, if you don't like being one shot after using Dying Wish, hey, just put it in your modifier slot.
He makes
and then after that, he said
the points.
He makes it like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a bad point. I disagree with it, and but I definitely see what people having that stance, which I definitely see it. I don't agree with it. It's just maybe how I've played for all my time on BO4, but I get it though. So.
And then he said, if you run a camping strat like high rounds on Ancient Evil or Tag, it doesn't even really have a purpose since you're basically invincible, rendering a waste of a slot. I would honestly rank this perk dead last.
Ranking it dead last is fucking wild, dude. Come on now. That I wouldn't rank. You're telling me you take Zombshell over Dying Wish. You're telling me you would take like Death Perception over Dying Wish? Yeah, huh? I wouldn't.
I said literally every single person runs Dying Wish, and it's a lifesaver 99.9% of the time.
My takes after huffing nothing but helium for like 10 hours straight. That's like.
Yeah. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about being dead last. The whole point of the perk is to save you, and that's why it's ran in risky strats.
It is a It's not a It's not a proactive perk, which I think that's what I would call it.
Yeah.
It's something that you use if something it's there in case something happens. Yeah, you're technically only running 3 perks realistically the entire game. But I don't know. It's a peace of mind I like having that peace of mind knowing that, hey, I could literally die here, and then I will know exactly how long I have to play until I am 100% safe from, taking it down. But I don't get that same peace of mind with anything else.
He replied to my comment saying, he also said no one runs stamina because it being bad at high round perk, yet in his video showing the highest rounds on every single map, like 5 out of the 8 of those maps.
It's a quality of life perk. It's so quality of life.
I don't know. Wait. I don't think he knows that half of those are on hardcore.
Yeah, it's really good for Blood of the Dead hardcore, especially when you have to use your shield and run around. That's really good on that.
Yeah.
It's something that, like, if you could have a 5th perk, usually stamina up would almost always be your 5th perk. So.
Yeah.
I know. There was actually a comment I got pretty recently again on, I think, that video. I'm gonna go find it real quick. And it was someone also kind of leaving like their opinion on it. They disagreed. It's really interesting though. I don't know what magic that is. It's an insta-kill. Okay, that's good.
Funny.
Hold on, alright. See if I can find it real quick.
When's the Megas guide?
See your content.
strategy guide for Call of Duty Black Ops 4's tagged or token. Now, while a lot has stayed the
How much
same
money have I
with
made
the
from
strategy, there's a good chunk of
Wonder?
information that you need to know to stay competitive for your
In the past 20 days, I made $1.58. That's
parts
crazy.
that pertain to you.
Yeah, bro, you're rich.
Overall, I think I've only made like 20 bucks from YouTube. So
Yeah, bro,
Um,
GG's. Yeah, GG's.
where's the comment, man?
Hello, Akbar.
Okay, this guy, yeah. He left this comment here. The description of Zombshell does tell you that it takes longer each time, and then resets every round. Did you actually check? Still sucks though, just saying. So, you know, he agrees it still sucks. See, my issue is once the rounds start taking upwards of like, it was 2 hours in my case here, right? It's not worth using. Like, I remember when I was playing my high round classified game for the 150 using elixirs and talismans back like 5 years ago, I was really noticing how bad Zombshell was. It would activate maybe like, I felt like maybe 15 times a round at most, and the rounds were like 20 minutes apiece. I don't know. It just did not feel useful.
Walls and receive on-screen indicators when zombies approach from off-screen. A pretty useful ability if you're deaf. Now, on a real note, this perk is such a nice quality of life perk to have. If I ever got the walls and received on-screen indicators when zombies approach from off-screen, a pretty useful
If you're
ability.
deaf.
If you're deaf. Now, on a real note, this
If you're deaf. If you're deaf.
Anakin's on a rare carry 3 weapons, which is not incredible to make that. But in the right mind ever, as I said earlier, because I'm biased towards high rounds, and if you think I'm that's dominated by sitting in the like, you might be able to make the argument that you should use stamina and place at number 10. Finally, we are
Wait,
now
when did I
in
say
combat
hell
because
no?
I
Or
think
when did I
it's
put
more
that
of a
in
zoning
there?
perk. Like, I can get
Hell no.
100% healing salvo efficiency just by
I
tapping the
wanna
reload
go.
button in between
Oh my
shots.
gosh, I'm about to go
I'm
rewatch
sorry,
my own
but this
video.
here, Aerial Razor, this butt hitting multiple zombies is
I
where
think it
it's
was
at.
like
Now,
for
casually, this
stamina.
perk
It was
is
for
pretty solid.
stamina.
I'm about to go
Bowie
watch my own
knife, and
video.
you're good
Oh,
to go.
my
But for high
self-absorbed.
rounds, specifically
Ranking every
on
perk in
hardcore,
BO4.
pretty much a must-have for
What was
instant
that?
rounds.
3K
Like, all you
views,
gotta do
dang.
is find yourself a nice little corner and just press the knife button.
Alright, time to watch my own
What?
video. Let's go.
Extremely biased towards. All you gotta do is find yourself a nice little corner and just press the knife.
Warning, this video contains my opinion. I repeat, it contains my opinion. Hey guys, it's Ryan. I like that beginning. Warning, this video contains my opinion. I repeat, it contains my opinion. Hey guys, it's Ryan, and today I'll be giving you my ranking on all the perks in Black Ops 4. Now, I've seen a lot of these videos go around recently, and I gotta be honest, a lot of them suck. Like, you placed Zombshell this high? So today, let me give you the objectively correct ranking, in my opinion. Also, the perks in this video are going to be ranked based off how effective they are in casual play, with a slight skew towards high rounds because, well, I'm a high round player. Starting off in dead last, and for very, very good reasons, we have Zombshell. What Zombshell does is gives basic zombies the ability to explode whenever you kill them. And while on the surface that might seem really good, it kind of sucks. See, what the perk doesn't tell you is that every single time the ability is activated, it takes longer and longer to recharge it. Meaning, if you use it enough, this thing can take longer to recharge than a dying wish. And it's not like it even gets any better whenever you put it in the tonic slot, as all it lets you additionally do is go invisible whenever standing in the contamination zone, which, by the way, costs just a small fee of $5,500. There's a reason why no world record on Black Ops 4 ever willingly runs this perk. If Zombshell has no haters, then I am dead. Get this thing out of my sight, and let's go on to number 16. Alright, finally moving on to a perk that actually does something, we have Deadshot Dealer. When equipped, this perk will cause your ADS to instantly snap to an enemy's head, reduce your hipfire spread, and also remove scope sway. Now, already, instantly, this thing is much better than Zombshell, but that's not saying much because, well, you know. Now, while this perk isn't like the worst thing to have ever been conceived, you can always just, you know, aim. I don't know, man. There's really just not too much to say about this perk. Even in the tonic slot, this perk is a little bit underwhelming. Although I will say this perk is solid for camo grinding. Okay, moving on to the number 15 spot, we have Death Perception. This perk here lets the player see enemies through walls and receive on-screen indicators when zombies approach from off-screen. A pretty useful ability. if you're deaf. Now, on a real note, this perk is such a nice quality of life perk to have. If I ever got this as an extra perk from Perkaholic, I really wouldn't ever complain. However, because there are just way better perks that you can use, there's really no reason to ever run this. Especially if you have a working cochlea, which is, you know, the main thing in your ear that lets you hear. Speaking of hearing, you should subscribe because you'll get to hear me. Wow, that was actually a smooth subscription thing I put in there. Speaking of hearing, you guys should subscribe. It has nothing to do with it at all. That's
nothing, no correlation.
Yeah, no, literally zero. I would love to put that on screen, the little like zero correlation chart you see in TikTok comments and all that. That would be funny. We talk more you hear. Speaking of hearing, you should subscribe because you'll get to hear me talk more about my videos and stuff. Moving on to the 14th spot now, we have Quick Revive. This perk here allows you to revive your teammates quicker in co-op and also shortens the delay between taking damage and regenerating health. This perk kind of falls in that same area that Death Perception does for me. Like, yeah, it's a decent perk and all, but it's just not good enough to be one of the main 4 perks I would use in a game of zombies. It's really situational, honestly, because it's not like you're going to be in many positions where you really need to regenerate health as fast as possible. Now, I will give this perk credit, though, for having a very fun modifier ability. If Quick Revive is in your tonic and you gotta revive a teammate and you also so happen to have stamina up and a katana ready to go on you, you're able just to go flying after that revive. So in my opinion, it's definitely deserving of the 14th spot. Right, so in at number 13 now, we have Mule Kick. Now all this perk does is that it lets the player carry 3 weapons, which is not incredibly useful on its own, but it does have its niche uses. For instance, you can use Mule Kick to help increase your RNG on the box, which is an entirely separate video. Comment down below if you want to see me make that, but you get the point. Mule Kick is okay. All right, hot take time. In the number 12 spot, I have Blood Wolf Bite. Now, while I do understand that nobody in their right mind would ever run this perk normally, this is one of the best perks on Ancient Evil. Specifically, when you run Luna in the modifier slot, every time she gets an ammo drop, you'll get max ammo in whatever gauntlet you're holding. And as I said earlier, because I'm biased towards high rounds, this perk is a must if you're going for a world record. I mean, you can practically camp indefinitely here. Why wouldn't you run this? I know it's a lot of glaze for a perk you can only run on one map, but dang it, I love it. And if you think I'm rage baiting, just wait till you see what's at number 11 here. Number 11, I have Stamina Up. Now, don't get me wrong, I love this perk. It's just not that useful in a high round. In a game that's dominated by sitting in the corner with a rocket launcher, it's just not useful. If I got Stamina Up as an extra perk, then yeah, I'm all for it. You know, it's an amazing quality of life perk. But would I run it as one of my main 4 loadout perks? Like, you might be able to make the argument that you should use Stamina Up in place of Bandolier Bandit on Dead. Okay. You know, it's an amazing quality of life perk. But would I run it as one of my main 4 loadout perks? Like, you might be able to make the argument that you should use Stamina Up in place of Bandolier Bandit on Dead of the Night, but even then, I don't know. Continuing on with the just awful takes, I have Electric Burst coming in at number 10. Finally, we are now getting into the good perks, in my opinion. Notice how I said my opinion and not your opinion? That's because it's my opinion. Just saying this now in case anyone's currently writing a hate comment because I put Stamina Up at number 11. Anyways, Electric Burst. This perk is honestly fairly useful. It's not really that useful for actually damaging the enemies, unless you're on hardcore, which in that case, it's amazing. But I think it's more of a zoning perk. Like, I can get 100% Helion Salvo efficiency just by tapping the reload button in between shots. There's honestly really no other perk that can do this. And don't even get me started on the modifier slot. ZWR might want to cover their ears for this next part. I love Electric Burst strat. I'm sorry, but this here does not take more skill than this here. Hashtag free Electric Burst. Anyways, I'm going off topic here. Electric Burst, solid number 10. Making its way into the number 9 spot, we have Ethereal Razor. This perk lets your offhand knife attacks hit multiple zombies, and it can also, well, okay, honestly, that's like the only important part. It can hit multiple zombies. I mean, you also regenerate health with every single kill, so there's that. But hitting multiple zombies is where it's at. Now, casually, this perk is pretty solid. Pair it with a Bowie knife and you're good to go. But for high rounds, specifically on hardcore, this perk is pretty much a must-have for insta-kill rounds. Like, all you gotta do is find yourself a nice little corner and just press the knife button. For 300 hours. I love the perk, and I'm extremely biased towards it, trust me, but I'm not putting it above number 9. You know what I am gonna put above number 9, though? Winter's Wail. Being a much better version of Widow's Wine, Winter's Wail lets the player generate a frost... I'm so proud of myself for that. Being a much better version of Widow's Wine. That's... oh, that's amazing. I love it. I think a much better version of Widow's Wine. Trust me, but I'm not putting it above number 9. You know what I am gonna put above number 9 though? Winter's Wail. Being a much better version of Widow's Wine, Winter's Wail lets the player generate a frost explosion whenever they're hit. Now, unlike a lot of the other perks that we've covered, Winter's Wail isn't really that necessary when playing for high rounds. It's kind of like Death Perception and Stamina Up, like you're not gonna go out of your way to put it in your main loadout, but if you get it as an extra perk, then hey, so be it. Instead, where this perk really shines is in casual play. I couldn't tell you how many times I've used that frost explosion to help myself revive a teammate. It is one of the best defensive perks in the entire game if there's no strategy that you're following. And this is all not even mentioning the fact that it can hold zombies for you, making it a perfect perk to run if you're doing Easter eggs. In the number 7 spot, I have Blaze Phase. Now, despite what you may think or have been told about this perk, it's not garbage. This perk is a literal lifesaver in hardcore. Because the zombies' health in hardcore never really stops increasing, there are very few weapons you can use that will actually kill zombies. And because the point system is based off how much damage you have actually dealt to the zombies, meaning that once you get to a high enough round, you'll just never make points again. Blaze Phase is a necessity when it comes to playing maps like 9, Voyage, or Alpha Omega. The only real drawback about this perk is that it takes so long to recharge. It's honestly a really good perk, and yeah, number 7. Coming in at number 6, I have Victorious Tortoise. Remember how crutch perks weren't supposed to be a thing in Black Ops 4? Yeah, well, they lied. This perk allows the player to negate all incoming damage whenever the shield is being held, and it also creates an explosion whenever it's destroyed. Now, if that doesn't sell you on what this perk does, then maybe this will. As you can see, this perk isn't busted in the slightest and is completely balanced. Oh, also, did you know if you put it in the tonic slot, you can do this to Blightfathers? Right, finally getting into the top 5 here, we're starting it off with Bandolier Bandit. This perk is pretty simple, as it just lets you hold more ammo. But if that's all it did, then it wouldn't be this high up on the list. So what else does Bandolier Bandit do? Well, obviously, when you purchase the perk, you're given more ammo in all of your weapons. However, if you buy it with Secret Sauce, trade it out, and then roll Bandolier Bandit again, you'll see that you have more ammo than if you were just to purchase it one time. You flat out just generated ammo. There is no other perk in the entire game, or in all of COD Zombies for that matter, that can do anything similar to this. And so yeah, I think number 5 is a good spot for it. Alright, on to number 4 now. We have Time Slip. Now, as far as quality of life perks go, this one is by far the best. It allows you to roll the mystery box faster, Pack-a-Punch faster, and if it's in the tonic slot, even generate your special weapon faster. I mean, even when I used to play public matches on Black Ops 4, I would use Time Slip on every single game I played. And yeah, while you might think that's biased, again, my list. On to the number 3 spot now. We have Stone Cold Stronghold. Being that Black Ops 4 is a game that heavily rewards camping in a corner with the Helion Salvo, it's only natural that Stone Cold Stronghold would rank so high. It generates a little circle on the ground that whenever you stand in it, your damage is boosted and you start gaining armor over time. And when it's in the modifier slot, if you get those kills inside the circle, you'll gain even more armor. It's an amazing perk that you can pair with a lot of different things like Bandolier Bandit, Ethereal Razor, not Zombshell, pretty much any perk that you want, just not Zombshell, please. I absolutely love this perk, but not as much as our number 2 spot. Coming in at the number 2 spot, and the perk that makes this game at least somewhat bearable, PhD Slider. I mean, it was this and, you know, the other perks, so there's really not much to choose from. PhD Slider allows you to negate all self-inflicted explosive damage, as well as taking reduced damage from enemies that blow up, so like that red guy. There also is the effect of knocking down zombies when you slide near them, but no one uses this. And also, apparently in the modifier slot, you don't take any damage when sliding through a trap, and you also slide further? Bro, no one cares. People use this perk because it lets them use the Helion Salvo without any risk. It makes the game, you know, playable. It's pretty much the best perk in the game. But it's not. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 spot, did I really have to say it? It's Dying Wish. It's always been Dying Wish. What this perk does is that whenever the player takes a lethal hit, it sends them into this chaotic frenzy where they're invincible for 9 seconds. Which, by the way, when you're in this state here, your knife is an insta-kill. Like, I never see anyone ever using their knife. Guys, what are we doing? We're throwing. It's by far the best perk in the game, and there's just no competition. But I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments below. Also, while you're down there, go ahead and tap that little subscribe button while you're there. Thank you. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye. I definitely could have done a lot better with that video. I should have done more visual things on screen. It's a decent video for audio only, but it's not good enough for, it's not good for actually sitting down and watching while you eat.
Yeah.
I do want to watch that actually though. I'm gonna watch my montage. I mean, no way. Hey!
With extra time, I'd like to think I would have done this better. The fact that I could ever fail never crossed my mind. Somewhere out there, hear my demons screaming, now or never. I think I just crossed that line. I'm kinda done with hanging out in ball service. You confuse me, yeah, you use me, but that's just as well. Hungry people trying to break me, make me kinda.
Not home, so she can't give me advice. But I asked my kids, and they said you should definitely buy the dress.
With extra time, I'd like to think I would have done
I
this
love
better.
that
The fact
beginning.
that I could ever.
Turns out the man is a father of 6, but in the photo he sent, there were only 5 kids. Turns out the 6.
With extra time, I'd like to think I would have done this better. The fact that I could ever fail never crossed my mind. Somewhere out there, hear my demons screaming, now or never. I think I just crossed that line. I'm kinda done with hanging out in ball service. You confuse me, yeah, you use me, but that's just as well. Hungry people trying to break me, make me kinda nervous. Just goes to show that you never can tell. Does everybody live in a dreamland? Is this dreamland all that we know? Swallowing us up in an avalanche and blurring these lines with smoke. They tell me that I should be a real man, but the only thing that I know is that I'll find my way out of this wasteland. 'Cause this wasteland ain't home. With extra time, I could have made up better words and letters. Pale shadows of my heroes help me rule the night. Somewhere out there, hear my people screaming, do it better. I'm just an echo of the things I like. I'm tired of never feeling like I'll serve a purpose. Snow on mirrors, future killers, yeah, just be yourselves. Hungry people always stressing, guessing never surface. Just goes to show that you never can tell. Does everybody live in a dreamland?
Zoom in.
That you never can tell. Like I'll serve a purpose. Snow on mirrors, future killers, yeah, just be yourselves. Hungry people always stressing, guessing never surface. Just goes to show that you never can tell. Does everybody live in a dreamland? Is this dreamland all that we know? Swallowing us up in an avalanche and blurring these lines with smoke. They tell me that I should be a real man, but the only thing that I know is that I'll find my way out of this wasteland. 'Cause this wasteland ain't home. If I don't believe in all the old gods or the new, how am I supposed to find my way? Searching the universe for something we can do, and living to fight another day. And that's okay. We're falling from on top of the tree house, and no one cares if we go. I stumble over to a policeman. He says, son, you better get back home. And everybody's laughing at me now, from their faces covered in snow. I'm trying to be the best I can be now. They say make it something we know. Does everybody live in a dreamland? Is this dreamland all that we know? Swallowing us up in an avalanche and blurring these lines with smoke. They tell me that I should be a real man, but my pride will be the first thing to go. I gotta get out of this wasteland, 'cause this wasteland ain't wasteland ain't show that you never can tell.
Oh! Oh! Today's day 3 going for the highest round.
Today's day 3 of going for the highest round on
Today's
top.
day 3 of playing Tiger Totem. Day 4 is tomorrow. I love that.
Never released a day 4.
No, I never did. Those videos are gone. Today is day 4 of playing Tag Your Tone.
Yeah, I just like did a bit of off-camera grinding.
I did a little bit of off-camera grinding, and I am now at 486 hours.
Modern doctor Medina. Wake up in the streets of London, where illness is treated with prayer. You see doctors walking around wearing beads. They call it medicine. You call it dates. You boil water before drinking it.
That is so AI sounding. Like, the script, not the voice. Obviously the voice is AI, but the script is too.
Day 3. You isolate the sick and separate clean from contaminate. You burn infected cloth. Survival rates rise. They call it a miracle. Child with a high fever survives. Cool him. Hydrate. Word spreads faster than did. Stop calling you a miracle and start following. Day 5. Introduce basic Hope Road. People travel miles to line up outside your door before sunrise. Day 6. The church gets word of you. They watch you heal without prayer, cure without ritual. They don't question your results. They question your authority. Day 7. The church closes in. You're removed. Erased. But your message. What if a modern doctor... behind me needs help. I'm helping out real quick. Yo, bro, so for number 4, what you want to do?
Dude, I need some like YouTube channel. I had a while back. It was some like goth alternative people who would give like their hot takes. I need that again. I need those videos again. Those are so good.
Bro does not need those videos.
I do. I really do. Blame Truth the Codfather. Oh my gosh. They better not be making a Battlefield 7 already.
Imagine.
Blame Truth here. Shit, it's complete malarkey. Now,
I'm
thankfully,
gonna take a
Westy
shower
called this
real quick.
out, and he had a pretty good take on it. I feel like the
And I'm
allocation
gonna
of
also fill out a
resources in
job
Battlefield 6
application.
is more to blame than a lack.
By
There's
going on
4
Indeed.com.
studios working.
Going on Indeed.com? You need to do that. Jobless.
You work at Little Caesars.
I work at a hospital.
That's what they all say.
But that's what they all say. Do they now? I didn't know they all said that. That's what they all say. I wonder if that guy ever responded to me on Twitter. I made a rare comment on Twitter. I never use Twitter. Twitter fucking sucks, man. Where's X? Did he respond to me? Did he take my bait? He didn't take my bait. Oh. I love it. By takes after huffing nothing but carbon monoxide for 3 hours straight. I think it's a pretty solid post. Like I'm proud of that one. It's low-key banana. Need someone to create content for my OnlyFans. Okay. Alright, thank you, low-key banana, for following me.
I was always the one that got dumped in my relationships.
I don't care. Because it's checkmate? Pawn C1. It's not a... No. You're stacked there. The only option that he has... Wait, unless the board's like flipped. Yeah, the board's flipped. I'm gonna say, because it doesn't go H to A or H to A. The board's flipped and everyone got their pieces, so... Black is about to promote. That's what he should have done then. I mean, it's over for Black in that case, but it doesn't even matter. It's like GG's. Oh, I'll listen to this video again. This is always a really good video.
Great. Except that I've been trying to resolve this for 2 calls in over 45 minutes now.
Okay, well, let's see what we got here. I'm definitely
Best
starting to hear that.
34 minutes of my life.
That many times. Let's see. Looks like you're requesting some kilobyte usage that was done while in Canada.
Well, let me just start out with a basic question.
Okay.
Do you recognize that there's a difference between $0.002 and $0.002 cents?
You'd be forgiven for feeling insulted by such an elementary question at
Yeah,
the beginning of a
so-
phone call. The difference between dollars.
$0.002. Alright, so what's $0.01? $0.01 is 1 cent. So $0.002 is 2/10 of a cent. Okay. So $0.002 or 2/10 of a cent. And then 0.002 cents, which is, I mean, 2/1000th of a cent. So we have 2/10 of a cent versus, I mean, obviously I've had math paper I do.
Cents. But if it was elementary to the Verizon customer service team, then George wouldn't have already gone through nearly an hour of telephone rigmarole before getting to talk to Mike, the supervisor, and deciding it'd be a good idea to get this call on tape. Here's George's problem that the Verizon customer service reps have hitherto failed to understand. George is a Verizon customer who had the unlimited phone plan in the United States. However, he recently spent time in Canada and knew he'd have to pay a different rate during his time across the border. Before crossing the border, he called Verizon's customer service to figure out how much he'd have to pay for voice and data while in Canada. The customer service rep told him the rate was 0.002 cents per kilobyte. Since George has the unlimited plan in the United States, he doesn't have a point of comparison to determine if this rate is cheap or expensive. But he is surprised by it and asks the rep to confirm that the rate in Canada is indeed 0.002 cents per kilobyte. The rep confirms the rate, and George, seemingly uneasy about this, has the rep note this quoted rate in his account. With this quoted rate on record, the stage is set for Verizon's unforgettable blunder. During his time in Canada, relieved by the affordable rates, George uses 35,893 kilobytes of data, which is charged on his bill.
All right, so 35,893 times 0.002, and that should give you the amount of cents that you need to that you'll pay, or how much money you need to pay.
At the quoted rate of 0.002 cents per kilobyte, one doesn't need to be a mathematician nor a unit analysis expert of any repute to calculate George's bill. When we do the multiplication, the kilobytes cancel out, and we're left with an amount in cents. Grabbing a calculator to run the numbers, George owes 71 or 72 cents.
All right.
But Verizon didn't charge him 72 cents. No, they charged him 100 times that. 100 times the rate they quoted him. How could they make this mistake?
$0.002?
Do you recognize that there's actually...
0.002 cents.
Yes, do you recognize there's a difference between those two numbers?
No.
Well, that explains it.
Yep.
Somehow, everybody involved in communication with George up to this point doesn't realize that dollars and cents are different. Of course, they'd never say exactly that, but to think $0.002 and $0.002 cents are the same is to equate dollars and cents. Imagine being George in this situation, where you wonder how you could have possibly been charged 100 times more than you expected based on what Verizon told you. Then you call them, and every customer service rep you speak to thinks dollars and cents are the same. But somehow, George maintains patience, hopeful that every new person he gets on the line will be Verizon's very own Isaac Newton.
No.
Okay, is there a difference between $2 and 2 cents?
Well, yes, there is.
Okay, so is there a difference between $0.002 and $0.002 cents?
$0.002 and $0.002
I mean,
cents.
it takes it.
Is there a difference between...
They're both the same.
Grab a piece of paper and just like write down, like convert them both to the same unit, you know? Convert them both to dollars or them both to cents, you know? And then you'll get your answer.
If you look at them on paper-wise.
No, they're not, actually. Is $0.5 the same as 0.5 cents?
It's $0.5.
Is a half a dollar...
That would be 50 cents.
A half a dollar, is it the same as a half of a cent?
$0.5 and 0.5 cents. $0.5 is 50 cents. It's 50 cents compared to half a cent, so...
No.
Right.
So a half of a dollar is different from a half of a cent. George has got the Verizon rep to concede this ground, yet it seems the only reason this point was clear to the Verizon rep is that lack of decimals and maybe the word of. Throughout this and the, believe it or not, other 2 calls we have recorded on this exact same issue, the different Verizon reps will repeatedly have an odd hang-up on the decimal expression of the rate, excluding the units, how it looks on paper-wise. Feeling some progress, George starts to explain the issue.
What I was quoted was 0.002 cents. That's 2/1000ths of a cent per kilobyte.
Okay.
And I specifically
Banana.
asked the rep. I said, are you saying it's $0.002 or 0.002 cents? Because I recognize that there's a difference.
You want to have the best video of all time to watch when playing? Oh my gosh, give me Bandolier. Oh my goodness. I still, alright, honestly, I'll just, okay, well, there it is. Yeah, I'll just take it, whatever. You want to have the best time ever when watching a video? Watch this video here. Hold on. Copy. Paste. That is the best video in the on YouTube, in my opinion. One of the most entertaining videos, and like it makes you hate customer service.
Just like there's a difference between half a dollar and half a cent. There's a difference between $0.002 and $0.002 cents. Your rate in Canada is 0.002 cents.
At this moment, George realizes how tricky this can be to talk about. He can say the rate is 0.002 cents, and the Verizon rep will agree. But having received the bill, George knows the actual rate is $0.002, a rate that is 100 times higher, but which is not apparently different to the Verizon reps.
Correct.
Well, okay, it's not true. It's $0.002. You're still quoting me 0.002 cents, when in fact it's $0.002 per kilobyte. So, if you want to charge me 0.002 cents, I'd be happy to pay the bill. The problem is I was charged $0.002 per kilobyte.
Okay.
It's interesting how much the tone and delivery adds to the comedy here. George has just clearly explained the issue and has received a completely stagnant K from the Verizon rep, who is still unable to perceive a problem. Now, the Verizon rep will ask George to get a calculator, and it's perhaps at this moment that it sinks in with George that these people have no f***ing clue what any of the numbers actually mean.
So if you take, okay, do you have a calculator with you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, take this 7179.
Yep.
And divide that by the 35,893. That should come out with 0.002.
Yeah, cents.
Yes. And what units should it be, dollars or cents?
Well, it's per kilobyte.
Right. And is it dollars or cents per kilobyte?
Well, let me take a look here for you.
It will be 3 minutes before the Verizon rep is able to find the roaming rate in Canada. George sits silently on the line for 50 seconds before once again explaining what rate he was quoted at before his trip and then reiterating where the confusion is.
So, my point here is the confusion is on your side. The first rep I spoke to, the second rep I spoke to, and including you, in calling $0.002 0.002 cents. That's a 100-fold difference. Just like $1 is 100 times different than 1 cent.
Mike doesn't understand this and doesn't respond. A minute passes before he reports the rate.
National roaming access coverage in Canada is 0.002 per kilobyte cents.
Yes.
Can you say that again?
It's 0.002 cents per kilobyte.
Yes.
0.002 cents per kilobyte. So you just quoted me again. Your price is 0.002 cents per kilobyte.
So now, if I use...
So now I'd like you to translate my 35,893 kilobytes into dollars for me, if you would.
Okay, so if you take 0.002...
Cents, remember, it's cents.
Yeah.
The fact that George insists on inserting the unit as soon as the Verizon rep
This is why teachers told us to...
tells you he knows exactly...
You know, this is what teachers would show you in school on, like, why you need to use units, you know? If I was a teacher, I would completely bleep out the cuss words and all that stuff for a little bit, and then just, like, let the kids watch this video.
See where this man's calculations are going.
Cents, remember, it's cents.
Times 35,896. $71.79.
No, that would be 71 cents.
Yes, this is why your teachers make you write out your units.
Yep.
When you're doing calculations, the units don't just change to what you expect them to be. The speed of an automobile is sometimes measured in kilometers per hour. It's like miles per hour, but less intuitive. If your vehicle travels at a rate of 500 meters per hour for 2 hours, you can't just multiply the rate by time, get 1,000, and put kilometers because that's the unit of distance you expect. The unit of distance you calculated, if you pay attention to the units, is meters. The difference is a factor of 1,000 that's buried in the units and will be forgotten if you confine your entire thought process to button presses on a calculator.
Because you started with a rate per cent and you multiplied by the kilobytes. So that would be 71 cents.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what the problem is here, is you're the original person I spoke to before I used my airtime, and up to including you, are quoting $0.002 per kilobyte as if it's 0.002 cents per kilobyte, and they're not the same. So I assumed that you guys knew how to do math. No offense here, but I assume that you knew the difference between .002 cents and $0.002, and it sounds like there's still some confusion about that.
There is, and it's not going to get any better. George is confounded by the Verizon rep's inability to recognize a 100-fold difference between their quoted and actual rates. He then attempts to emphasize the importance of units with an example.
I'll give you a brief example. If you're selling your car and I said I'm going to give you $20,000 for it, and I showed up with 20,000 pennies, we're not speaking the same language. If you quote me .002 cents, it's not the same as $0.002. So when you just did the math, .002 times 35,893, you came up with 71 cents. You didn't do the translation from cents to dollars, which would be you'd have to
Multiply
divide by 100.
Oh.
So then you get $0.71, 71 cents.
Yeah, they charged him 100 times more than...
So I do understand, even though it seems like maybe you don't, that the rate is, I now understand, $0.002 per kilobyte. But that was not what I was quoted, and that's not how I used my airtime, because I thought it was cheaper than it actually turned out to be, because I was misquoted.
After giving this clear and simple example, which doesn't penetrate the mind of the Verizon rep whatsoever, George further detailed the importance of Verizon's error. He's being charged 100 times more than he anticipated, and this problem is exacerbated all the more because his high phone usage was a result of him thinking the rate was a very low .002 cents per kilobyte. George proceeds to give the Verizon rep more details of his prior communications about this issue, noting how he even went as far as to have previous reps note the quoted rate in his account. So there's no question about whether or not he misheard the rate. He heard it correctly. He was given information that was off by a factor of 100. Since Mike, the Verizon rep, can see this, George is hoping the issue is now apparent. But what he's forgetting is Mike's qualifications.
Can you please write that down in the notes that you quoted me .002 cents? And she did.
Right, and I see that. I see not only one, but I see several reps that have put it in here.
Right. So, I hope, it sounds like you may not actually see what the problem is yet, but...
Well, I've been working here 2 years, sir, and I've been a supervisor for almost a year and a half.
Make anyone a supervisor?
Okay. You know, I'm going by what is documented here in the system.
Right.
Which is .002 cents per kilobyte used. Now we
So,
multiply those two. That gives
can you
the
tell
amount
me
of
then,
cents
if
per
the
use.
rate is, as you quoted, .002
You
cents
guys
per
charged me
per kilobyte,
dollars.
and I used 35,893 kilobytes.
I do think he could have
How much should I be
worded it
charged?
better.
By the way this is calculated, $71.79.
Oh my gosh.
You did your math wrong. That's what I'm saying. Is you bring up your calculator.
I've got the calculator in front of me, sir. If I type in .002 and multiply
But wait,
by
but here's the key. I know, but here's the key. What does the .002 represent? Cents or dollars?
Cents.
It's cents, sir.
Okay, .002
So
cents.
basically, you're paying 2/10 of a penny.
No!
If it wasn't clear before that Mike hasn't the faintest idea what he's talking about, it certainly is now. He has, in only a few words, said both that the rate is .002 cents and .2 cents.
There's a difference between .2 cents and .002 cents.
So, how is this an issue? I like... There's no way that he just got unlucky right like this, right? Like... How is this an issue? Get this, man.
They're 100 times different. So which is the real rate?
.002, sir.
.002 what?
Cents.
Cents per kilobyte.
Mike is not able to understand this. After George, patient as a saint, tries to clarify his point a little bit more, Mike passes him off to the floor manager, a woman named Andrea, who will be the next person incapable of engaging with the issue beyond computers and calculators.
This is Andrea. I'm a manager on the floor. How can I help you today?
Hi, I think we've got a terminology and mathematics problem going on here, and it seems very basic to me, but I think we're just having a problem because of the numbers involved.
Okay.
Just to summarize, I was quoted, before I entered Canada, I was quoted 0.002 cents per kilobyte.
Okay.
And just so you know, I have no context for how much you guys charge for data because I have an unlimited plan on the States. So I don't. Someone had mentioned to me I should have known that what it was because of what I pay in the States. But I get unlimited usage in the States. So I don't have any knowledge of that. 0.002 cents per minute is what's quoted to me. My bill reflects $0.002 per minute.
What do you mean $0.002?
I mean,
Yeah, he already knows.
well, okay, no, he did not give a good like context there. Like, summarize the story again, and
This call, just like the others, is going nowhere. But a righteous man has to try.
Okay, I think I have to do this again. Do you recognize that there's a difference between $1 and 1 cent?
Definitely.
Do you recognize that there's a difference between half a dollar and half a cent?
Definitely.
yeah.
It's interesting to note that George is refining his expository ability.
Yeah.
As the last time he went through this sort of reasoning, he started his comparison with $0.5 in cents. Now he's beginning with 1, and then stepping into the fractions with the 0.5 example. Andrea follows along, so surely George's final point is going to land.
Then do you therefore recognize that there's a difference between $0.002 and 0.002 cents?
No.
This phone call
No.
is taking place about 5 years after the premiere of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 3, the episode of SpongeBob that spawned this infamous meme format of someone agreeing with obvious premises but rejecting the necessary conclusion. And never have I seen a joke spontaneously come to life like this meme just did in this phone call.
No.
No.
I mean, there's no $0.002.
Of course there's.
There's
It's
0.002
too...
cents is what you're quoted, and that's what I do show that you paid, or that you're paying for the kilobyte usage.
George will not in fact be paying for his kilobyte usage, neither $0.002 nor 0.002 cents. But we're still a ways from his happy ending. It seems apparent that this phone call is going to be even more hopeless than the last.
Okay. I don't know a better way to express this. $0.002 is the same as 0.2 cents.
Okay. Well, what would $0.002 look to you?
It's
Obviously, a dollar is 1.00, right?
Now, the issue I previously mentioned about the Verizon rep's fixation on the decimal representation of the rates rears its head again. A moment ago, it seemed Andrea rejected even the concept of $0.002, saying there is no $0.002. However, she then said George is quoted 0.002 cents. So perhaps she just meant there was no $0.002 anywhere in the records. But her next question does make it seem like the concept of $0.002 is, to her, an enigma.
So what would a $0.002 look like?
I don't know.
I've never heard of $0.002.
It's just math we're talking about.
It's not a full cent.
That's right, that's right, and 0.002 cents is also not a full cent.
But you were quoted $0.002 cents, not $0.002.
That's correct. But what I was charged...
0.002 cents is $0.002.
It's difficult to imagine what Andrea thinks the significance is of this sentence. 0.002 cents is 0.002. On one hand, it's an infuriating sentence, as it screams units don't matter. Dollars, cents, cubic meters, years in prison. 0.002 is 0.002. On the other hand, it seems like the reps are attaching a dollar sign to the beginning of every decimal. 1, without acknowledging that they're doing this, and 2, without changing the decimal expressions to account for the dollar sign. I argue this is happening because 1, saying 0.002 cents is 0.002 is meaningless. But saying 0.002 cents is $0.002 is meaningful. It's wrong, but it's clear what's attempting to be expressed here. Just like I might say 5 cents is $0.05. The The second piece of evidence this is what's happening follows.
002.
Dollars?
No, cents.
You gotta hear this. Point 0.002 cents is 2 1,000ths of 1 cent.
Okay.
I'm teaching math here.
And I mean, I'm trying to get what you're saying here, but it's just not.
Here's the let me cut to the chase.
Hey, I was quoted 0.002 cents per kilobyte of internet used while I was in Canada. Okay, how many so if it was 0.002 cents per kilobyte used, and I used 30-something thousand of those kilobytes, that would give me the amount of cents I have to pay, right? Yeah. Okay, so what did that come out to be? This many cents. Alright, cool. So the bill, though, says I need to pay $77. That's 100 times higher than what it should be. I think you guys, you know, I think it could have been explained better.
Let me cut to the chase. Well,
you're being billed 0.002 cents, and if you take
I'm not being billed.
on your calculator, it shows you that it's.
No, it doesn't. I can do.
We never said that you're going to get billed 0.00002 cents.
That's right. You said I was going to get billed 0.002 cents per kilobyte, and I'd be happy to pay that. Now, why don't you bring up your calculator? Take 0.002, and we're talking about cents, right?
Right, 0.002. If we multiply that by the amount of kilobyte usage that you have,
35893.
35893, that comes out to what you paid, 71.79.
Cents. You never did the conversion from cents to dollars.
Because we're talking about cents. We're going to multiply the amount of cents by the amount of kilobytes
Okay,
that you use. Not dollars. Nobody's mentioning anything about dollars.
Let me start over here.
Did anyone mention anything about dollars? I would have liked to hear George push her on this more, because she just said the calculation comes up to 71.79. She didn't state a unit, but since she doesn't see a discrepancy between this number and what George was billed, it's clear she means dollars. So yes, somebody did mention something about dollars. She did.
Let's just say hypothetically that your rate was 1 cent per kilobyte, right?
1 cent. That would be 0.01.
And now it's clear. She insists on expressing everything as a decimal with a dollar sign in front of it, but without acknowledging that there is a dollar sign in front of it. If she thinks 1 cent is 0.01, then what on earth does 0.002 cents even mean, since she insists on decimal expressions having dollar signs? When she says 0.002 cents, it seems like she is envisioning dollar sign 0.002 cents, which doesn't mean anything. I'd be confused too. Ultimately, the issue for the Verizon reps seems to be the decimal point and the unsaid dollar sign. George doesn't realize they see every number with a dollar sign in front of it, and the reps think a number following a decimal point has to represent cents. Unfortunately, George's current line of argument isn't going to go anywhere, precisely because he allows this detail of 1 cent being written as 0.01 to be largely glossed over. He doesn't acknowledge explicitly that they have just converted to dollars, which really isn't necessary, and is only making things more complicated since the quoted rate is in cents. But let's hear George continue to try explaining the concept of 0.002 cents.
0.002 cents. If you, in pure mathematics, it's the only way I can express this. 0.002 cents is 2 1,000ths of 1 cent.
Okay.
Right?
So it's less than a cent, right?
It's very much less than a cent.
Okay.
So 2 1,000ths of a cent. So let's start with 2 cents, just like we started with the 1 cent.
Okay, why are we doing 2 cents? We need to be doing 0.002 cents.
It's an example.
George now realizes that even when an adult has the mathematical aptitude of a second grader, trying to walk them through the mathematics at a pace appropriate for a second grader comes across as patronizing.
I guess my point is that we quoted you 0.002 cents.
That's right.
If you write it down as decimal point 002. So all we
No,
need
it's
to do
not.
calculate
This is what I'm saying. This is
002 and multiply
this is
by
where
the amount of
this is where
kilobytes
you're
that
wrong.
have.
I don't know how to make this any clearer. Let's try this. Write down 1 cent. How do you write down 1 cent?
0.01.
No!
How do you write down half a cent?
That would be 0.005, I'm assuming.
0.005, I'm assuming. This is the language you use when you know the person you're talking to knows more than you do.
Okay.
Oh, that was right. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. All I'm telling you is I can tell you that with the calculator.
Yep.
And we take the 0.002, as everybody has told you that you've called in and spoke to.
Yes.
And as our system builds
But you said
accordingly,
0.002 cents. Why don't you just write it down on a piece of paper? You have 0.002 cents, not dollars. 0.002 cents.
Understandably, you can feel George's plea coming through his voice. Won't you please just not use a calculator? Just write it down, look at the numbers, and let me explain the units to you, because the calculator cannot give you the answer. The calculator can only give you a computation which every customer service rep is failing to interpret correctly. George again tries to explain the issue, but Andrea tells him the computer knows best, and everybody agrees with it, except for him. Her explanation for this difference is enough to make you fall out of your seat.
You guys are quoting $0.002 as if it's cents, simply because there's a decimal point involved.
We're not quoting $0.002. We're quoting 0.002 cents.
Oh, God. Honestly.
I mean, the computer is calculating the figure here.
I know it is.
And we are calculating
It's a terminology issue.
the same thing except for you.
0.002 cents is different than $0.002. I'm being charged $0.002 per kilobyte. $0.002 is 2/10 of 1 cent.
Well, I mean, it's obviously a difference of opinion.
It's not opinion.
The
No.
amount
This
that
is
you're billed for the data usage is entirely correct.
okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna post this recording on my blog.
It's a difference of opinion, and her opinion is that George's bill, which is 100 times higher than he was told, is correct. George says after he posts it to his blog, maybe Verizon can learn some basic math.
Wow, that's like... I didn't think round would be like this few zombies. I didn't know I was that close. There's Ethereal. Alright, we'll do this one round here. Actually, no. I need to work on school. I need to work on school. I would like to keep playing. I cannot, though. I need to... 2 hours. I did 2 hours. Sure. I gotta do schoolwork, though, man. Bye-bye.